Welcome to Beyond the Clinic, the podcast for health professionals ready to transform their expertise into innovative income streams that extend beyond the traditional clinic model. I'm Sarah Bushell. I'm a registered dietitian and certified business coach and proud owner of 2 successful online businesses. I understand the leap from the security of a regular salary can feel intimidating because I've been there too. But it doesn't have to be scary, and you do not have to do this alone. Here you'll learn tangible strategies to accelerate your business growth. So if you're dreaming of using your expertise to create impact and a life of freedom, then you're in the right place. Let's be honest, AI isn't coming for your job. It's already in your job. Right now, your clients are Googling symptoms and getting AI-generated answers, and really fast as well. Right now, your competitors are using AI to pump out blogs, to schedule their content, to build entire marketing funnels, while you're still stuck writing captions from scratch. And if that stings a little, well, actually, that was my intention, because the truth is, AI isn't a fad. It's not going anywhere, and it's no longer a nice to have for when you've got a bit more time and want to learn how to do it properly. It's here. It's growing, and it's changing the way that people find and choose healthcare support, including yours. So what do you do? Well, I really want you to partner with it. I want you to stop trying to figure out how to outwrite it, how to out-research it, or how to pretend it isn't affecting you. And I want you to start using AI to your advantage, because the real risk isn't AI replacing you. It's ignoring the tools that are already helping hundreds of clinicians just like you show up more consistently, to help them work fewer hours, and to help them build visibility without burnout. So in this episode, it's for you if you are the health professional who's already wearing too many hats, who is brilliant at their job, but drowning in admin, marketing, and decision fatigue. You do not need to become techie. You don't even need to start from scratch. You just need a few smart tools that plug into the way that you're already working to help you work smarter rather than harder. So in this episode, I'm going to dive into the 5 best AI tools that I recommend for clinicians who want to stay relevant, who want to work efficiently, and who want to grow their businesses with ease. So I've got 5 tools for you. Let's go through them all one by one. So tool number 1 is Gamma AI. So I want to start with something that I've only recently just discovered for myself, but it's been a total game changer for me. It's a tool that's for creating slide decks from just your notes, really. So whether it's a patient education session, whether it's a masterclass, or even just a social media carousel, most clinicians that I work with know that they need to be using visual content in order to grow their visibility, but sitting down to actually do it can feel like a chore. It's a total time suck. You stare at a blank PowerPoint, you second guess your design skills, you waste hours fiddling with fonts and colors and images, and you still wonder if it looks professional enough. Now, of course, this is the type of work that we should absolutely be outsourcing to a VA, but that's still going to cost you money. And that's why Gamma AI changes the game. So it's like having a tech VA with a good eye for design and a copywriter in your back pocket, because you feed it a few bullet points or even a full blog post or just your notes, whatever you've got really, and within minutes it generates a polished, engaging slide deck in whatever size you need. So think of it as Canva meets ChatGPT, but a bit faster. So you will have seen this for yourself if you came to my 3-day event in May that I ran. It was called the Freedom Formula. And this is the tool that I used to create my slides. So what I did was I gave it all of the notes that I had on a Google Doc, uploaded it into Gamma AI, and just pressed go. So here's how it works. You enter your content, an outline, a PDF, even just an idea actually, and then Gamma AI builds out a visually appealing presentation with AI generated structure, with headings, with images, and the layout. So there's no dragging boxes around the screen, no graphic design knowledge required. You can tweak the colors, you can tweak the fonts if you like, you can add images, you can change the tone of voice, you can fiddle to your heart's content with the layout. But honestly, you probably won't need to. I was so impressed with what it created for me with its first attempt that I just used it as it came. So here's how I think clinicians should be using it in their businesses. So number one is the obvious one, client education. So you can create slide decks for presentations. So whether you deliver them live or online, you can also create handouts from that material as well. Secondly, it's for our promotions and launches. So if you run webinars and masterclasses and workshops and challenges, you likely want slides to refer to, and it works beautifully for this type of thing. And then the third thing is to turn blog posts or transcripts from videos or podcasts into carousels without opening Canva or messing around with any design templates. So as I said, I used Gamma AI to create the slides for my 3-day event back in May, and I made just under 18,000 in sales from that event, and the slides were knocked up from my scrappy notes that I dictated into my phone onto a Google Doc full of spelling mistakes and grammatical errors and you know what, and the whole thing took about 45 minutes to create. So for me, it was about removing the design bottlenecks so that my content actually got seen and I could help as many of my fellow colleagues as possible. So if you want to give it a try, here's what I suggest you could do. You could just copy and paste a blog post or a newsletter into the free version of Gamma AI and ask it to create a 5-slide deck. You can choose the social layout and you can use it for an Instagram carousel. Honestly, I think you'll be shocked at how quickly it pulls something together and also how good it really looks. Tool number 2 is called Descript. Now, this is a video editor, but you edit it like a Word document. So if you've ever recorded a video or a podcast and then you've stared at it afterwards thinking, oh, now I've got to go and edit this tool is going to be super handy for you because let's be honest, the editing part is often where really good content goes to die. You mean to post it on Instagram, you mean to upload a client education video, but then life gets in the way and you didn't have time to cut out all the rambling bits and you couldn't figure out how to add captions or the M's and the R's and the R's and all of that. And actually, you just don't really know how to use those old school editing softwares that were actually built for film students. So this is where Descript is just so user-friendly. It is a video and podcast editing tool that works just like a Word document when it comes to the editing process. So you upload your video or your audio file and Descript automatically transcribes it. And then from there, you edit the words, not the actual waveform. So you can just highlight and delete a sentence from the transcript and it deletes that section from your video. You could highlight a really great quote and then that can become a ready to go clip that you might want to just add a few captions to and stick it on social media. You can add those auto-generated captions with just one click. You can correct mistranscribed captions with just 2 clicks. You can remove all those filler words like the ums and the you knows and the likes or just really big long spaces that we all do when we're recording things. Again, just one more click to do all of that. It's seriously that simple. And it's something that I used to use quite often in my workflow, although I do quite like the old school filmmaking software. And also I use something different for bigger video content like this, actually. So how can you use it in your business? Well, really, it's for things like Instagram Reels and TikToks. I think that's where it really shines. So you record a tip and then you use Descript to clean it up and you can add accurate on-brand captions in less than 10 minutes or so, really. But you could also use it for online course content. So again, you can upload your rough recordings and you can trim out all of the fluff so that it looks really polished without you having to hire a video editor or use those old school clunky tools. You can use it for longer form things like podcasts or YouTube videos or webinars, and you can edit out random tangents that you might go on. You can generate audiograms. You can even turn the transcript into a blog post or an email. So I only ever used the free version of Descript for my reels in the Children's Nutritionist. And yes, you do see the watermark on the free version. But you know what? I'm all right with that whilst I'm kind of testing out some new messaging. And if it lands, then I'll probably redo them and either upgrade and get rid of the Descript logo or use the other platform that I use for my podcasts. Just to give you an idea, this week, before I'm going on holiday, I managed to do 7 reels for the Children's Nutritionist in about 40 minutes or so. But the biggest impact that I feel is it's about removing the friction, about removing the barriers, because if the tech that we've got available to us is clunky and it's not intuitive, we just don't use it, which means that those reels don't get posted. And if you're not sharing content regularly, of course, people forget you exist. So I think Descript really helps you get your content out of your head and onto your audience's feed faster, easier, and more confidently. It's really about momentum. So if you want to have a go for yourself, what I'd suggest is just record a quick video on your phone, something simple like a myth you want to bust about gut health, and don't worry about pauses or waffles or M's and Er's. Upload it into Descript and then let it transcribe, and then you can clean it up, you can add your captions, and you can export it. Perfect. Okay, tool number 3 is Heidi AI, which is a digital medical note taker. So one of the most common frustrations I hear from my colleagues is clinical admin, the documentation, the never-ending clinical notes. That's got to be thorough enough, they've got to be compliant with the law, and they have to be written in real time. It's actually one of the HCPC standards that our notes must be written up promptly, because unlike other industries, we don't get to catch up later. And while note-taking is a non-negotiable in our world, nowadays, it really doesn't have to be all-consuming, because that's where something like Heidi AI comes in. So Heidi is secure. It's an AI-powered medical scribe. It's designed specifically for health professionals like us. It listens to your sessions and it generates accurate, well-structured clinical notes that you can review and you can refine and file away, all without needing to type any words actually for yourself. So think of it as an extra set of hands that handles the admin while you stay focused on the actual person in front of you. So how it works is before your client session begins, you hit record using Heidi on your laptop or your phone. It listens in, but you do need to make sure you get your client's consent, of course, and it transcribes in real time. And then it uses its AI to produce a draft note in your preferred structure. Often it could be a SOAP format, but you can then customize it as needed. And then instead of writing from scratch, you simply review what it's done and then approve. So you can use it in your business if you have face-to-face appointments, because you can just let Heidi take a first pass at the notes so that you can stay more present during the session and you can avoid that sort of mental juggling act, really. But you can also integrate it with Zoom, and that can be great for telehealth consultations or meetings actually as well. And then also you can use it to generate referrals if you need to refer your client onwards. It is surprisingly accurate. In a recent discussion in Accelerate, my group coaching program, one of my clients said that the first time she used Heidi, it captured more detail than she would have remembered herself afterwards. She still reviewed and approved every single line because we're all professionals after all, but the accuracy blew her away. And for those of you thinking, oh gosh, I'm just not a techie person, let me tell you something, neither was she. The learning curve is really minimal, but the benefit is immediate. And of course, it's free. You're still meeting your documentation requirements, just without the overwhelm. So this isn't about cutting corners. It's about being more efficient, really. And even NHS trusts are using Heidi. So if you're intrigued by this for your next session, ask the client for consent and then let Heidi AI record and draft the note. And then just compare it to your usual format. Take notice of the detail, the structure, and how much time it actually saves you, not just in typing, but in thinking time. Chances are you'll wonder how you ever managed without it. And of course, you can use Heidi as a note taker for any meeting as well, not just clinical ones. Okay, tool number 4 I have for you is Surfer SEO. So this is a blog visibility booster AI tool. So if you think about it, in order to run successful businesses, we need to be creating regular content for our clients. It's part of our nurture. So just imagine this for a moment. You finally sit down and you write something absolutely brilliant. It's evidence-based, it's clear, it's genuinely helpful. You hit publish, and then nothing happens. You get no clicks, you get no new eyes on your website, no traffic, despite all the effort you put in. It's really frustrating, isn't it? Because the content is so good. But here's the thing, good isn't enough. If your blog isn't showing up where your ideal clients are searching on Google, it's not going to help them or help your business for that matter. So that's where Surfer SEO comes in. So let me be really clear here. Surfer isn't a keyword research tool. It's not going to replace something like KeySearch or SEMrush. You still need those to figure out what your audience is actually searching for and whether you're likely to be able to rank for that or not. But what Surfer does, and it does do brilliantly, it helps you optimize your content once you've already chosen that topic. It looks at all the blogs already ranking on page 1 of Google for that topic, and it gives you suggestions to help your blog post compete with those. So it focuses very much on search intent, what the person is really looking for, and it helps you meet that need more effectively. So how it works is you paste your written blog into Surfer's content editor, and then it compares it to those top ranking blog posts. It will give you suggestions for improvements to your headings, to your structure, to your word count, and it will highlight any related phrases that you should try and include. It also gives you a live score to help you track your progress as you're writing and as you're amending this blog post. And if you use another tool called Jasper AI to help you write content, Surfer can integrate with that one directly. Jasper AI is a little bit like ChatGPT, but specifically for blogging. And so you can optimize your content as you go. So how can you use Surfer in your health business? Well, I think really it's about improving old posts. So running existing blogs through Surfer to bring them up to scratch, because Google treats updates like fresh content. So it's actually a really great way to boost your visibility of something that already exists. You can, however, also use it to write something from scratch. So you can use the suggestions to create blogs from scratch that are actually competitive instead of guessing what structure to use or what keywords to use. It's really good just meeting your readers where they actually are, because if someone types iron-rich foods for toddlers into Google, they may not want a full-blown nutrition lecture, they just want a list, and Surfer helps you see that. One of my clients works in the fertility space, and she used Surfer to optimize 3 of her old blog posts. She didn't actually change very much, but within weeks, those posts started ranking higher than they had ever done before. She's had clients say, oh, I found you when I read that blog post when I was looking for help with my PCOS. And that's exactly what you want, right? You want to have your content work for you and not just sit there on your website. So Surfer helps you write better quality posts so your content gets found, so your content gets read by the right people, and of course gets you the results. You'll save time, you'll stop second guessing yourself, and hopefully your blogs will finally start pulling their weight in your marketing strategy. So it's fair to say that Surfer isn't cheap, but if blogging is part of your business, if it's your cornerstone form of long-form content that you use in your marketing, you might want to consider investing in it. And if you do, I would love for you to pick just one blog that you've already written that isn't ranking as well as you'd hoped it would do, and just run it through Surfer's content editor. Follow the suggestions. Might just be a headline that needs a tweak, or a phrase or a sentence, and then check your website stats a month or 2 later after the Google spiders have had a chance to recrawl your site and notice the changes. And you might just be surprised at how much of a difference a few small but strategic edits can make. And then last but not least, I could not mention Sarah AI. She is your on-demand business strategist. And I want to finish with the tool that's closest to my heart, and that's because it's not just something that I recommend, it's something that I built. So Sarah AI is your personal business mentor, your mindset coach, and your marketing strategist, all rolled into one intelligent assistant, trained specifically on my methods and our professional regulations. So this is not just a content generator. It's a tailored experience designed specifically for healthcare professionals who want to grow sustainable and ethical businesses without burning out, without selling out, and without winging it, actually. Because I know how it feels to be sat at your laptop thinking, oh, is this the right price? Or why isn't this post landing? Or what happened that made this launch a total flop? Or even, how do I expand my visibility without working more hours? Now, that's what Sarah AI was actually made for, because it's trained on my 25 plus years of real world experience as a registered dietitian running businesses. It has my master's level strategist knowledge and my mentorship skills to hundreds of healthcare professionals just like you. So when you ask it a question, you're not just getting generic advice. You're getting my brain, my strategy, my ethics, my lived experience available whenever you need it. So how does it work? Well, Sarah AI runs on ChatGPT, and I chose that because that's the platform that I know most of my colleagues are familiar with, and you can use it with a free account. Once you're inside, you get access to this fully trained AI assistant who is trained on all of my business coaching frameworks, my mindset tools for overcoming visibility fears, imposter syndrome, pricing guilt, my ethical marketing plans, my client journey strategies, my offer architecture, my funnels. It doesn't just write. It helps you think, it helps you plan, it helps you strategize and move forwards even when you're feeling stuck. So how can you use Sarah AI in your business? Well, you can use it for content creation. You can ask Sarah AI to draft a nurture email series, a story-led social media post, or an offer recap, and it'll come up with that in your own tone of voice. You can use it for launch planning. So let it map out a 5-day flash offer with messaging, with email schedule and promotional posts, all tailored to your audience. You can use it for offer strategy. So if you need to update your services, Sarah AI can help you audit your value ladder, simplify your delivery model, and price with confidence. She's also trained as a mindset coach, and I've used this myself, and it is absolutely brilliant. So if you're feeling stuck or scattered, or like everyone else just have this thing all figured out, you can ask it for a reframe, a journal prompt, a way through. It's like having a strategy session on demand without waiting for your next Zoom call. One of my clients used Sarah AI to plan out an entire program launch. Another used it to rewrite her about page in about 15 minutes. And many say that the mindset prompts alone have helped them show up with more confidence, especially when imposter syndrome stops you in your tracks. So AI isn't about replacing human coaching, but it's about making expert level support available to you whenever you need help. So when you're stuck deciding what to sell this month, how to sell it, how to keep going when doubt creeps in, you're not left staring at a blank screen. You'll have a guide, a one that knows you, a one that gets our world and won't suggest slimy marketing or business advice that doesn't actually work in healthcare. So Sarah AI is for those moments where you're thinking, I just need someone to help me figure this out. Now you can have someone on call anytime you need her. So if you do have Sarah AI, I would love for you to log in and try this. Say something like, help me reframe the fear that no one will buy my offer, and then give me a 3-post visibility plan that I can use this week, and just let her show you what's possible. So there you have it, my top 5 AI solutions for healthcare professionals. You do not need to learn every new tool, but you do need to start engaging with what's already there, because AI just isn't going away. And the clinicians who embrace it, who let it take the weight of the admin, of the content, of the overthinking off their shoulders, they're the ones who are growing faster. They're the ones who are working smarter and creating real space for the work that actually matters, not to mention the life that actually matters too. So here's your action step. Just pick one tool from the list I've given you to test it out this week. Don't overthink it. Don't aim for perfection. Just get curious and let it support you. And if you want help choosing where to start, then Sarah AI is waiting for you with my brain, my ethics, and my support ready on tap. Thanks for being here with me. Bye for now. That's it for another week. Thank you so much for joining me as we explore the abundance of strategies to help you recapture that feeling of possibility and excitement as you drive your business forwards and beyond the clinic room. If you found today's episode inspirational, then don't forget to like and subscribe to the show to stay in the loop for more valuable advice that I'm going to be sharing each week. If you want to be the first to hear about new episode releases, news and ways that I can support your business growth, then please don't forget to check out the links in the show notes, and you can also connect with me from there. Don't keep me a secret. I would be delighted if you left a review and shared this podcast with your colleagues. Until next time, bye for now.